This segment is sponsored by iChiro Clinics. Now is the time to tackle that nagging pain in your back and neck. You know the one. It's been limiting your mobility and making the routines of daily living near impossible. Dr. Michael Quast is here from iChiro Clinics to share his philosophy about finding a solution for your pain. Hi, Dr. Quast.
Hey.
Hint, hint, the solution does not involve a handful of pills, right?
Yeah, clearly masking things doesn't fix anything. People, when they're in a really bad spot, sometimes need something to get them through. Where it goes off the rails is when that person then starts to believe that that's actually fixing like the underlying problem, where it's obviously not, which is what I've spoken about for decades, as you know, and, going against the opioid thing that was so popular. We were right there saying it's a trap, and now everybody's like, yes, that's what's happened. So better to get to the cause, which is usually going to be bad mobility and bad function of your muscles and joints.
And is the cause usually like a singular event, or is it just a lifetime of wear and tear and other things?
Yeah, so it's an interesting thing. Most people think that it's a singular event, right? Everyone that when they come in, it's interesting what we see, because I'll ask them, what did you do that hurt yourself? And they'll say, I tied my shoe, I coughed, I sneezed, I bent down to pick up a pen, a bird flew by and I turned my neck and hurt my neck.
Yeah.
We see these things that are not these like one big injury things that people have been conditioned to believe that your injury has to come from. It's usually a bunch of small things that add up over time, which sometimes is then perceived as age, when really it's just the length of time you've been alive is not the issue. It's how many things have happened to you in that length of time that have caused trauma to the muscles and tissues, and then you lose your ranges of motion and your mobility. And then when you try to go do something, you're going to strain the muscle, and now you're hurting. And you can come in and we can work on you and you can feel better. But if we don't fix that underlying range of motion problem, it's just going to happen again.
So, Dr. Quast, what does that first visit with you look like, in terms of sort of figuring out from where does the pain come? Where is it, existing in the body, and how do we proceed? What's that visit?
Yeah. So it consists of, obviously, we talk to you, find out, what's happened in your life and what's going on. If you picked up a pencil or not, or whatever the trigger was, or the last straw on the camel's back. But then we do an evaluation where we're going to have you do all of the different ranges of motion for your joints and your mobility, and we see what you can and can't do. And this is very like eye-opening for most people, because they have no idea. No one's ever checked their range of motion, ever. When they go in for physicals, nobody's checking range of motion. So we check all of that and then write it down. Now we've got the baseline. And what that allows us to do is then move forward with various treatments that we do, and then repeat those tests to be able to see if you're making mobility progress. And that is like the secret right there.
And real quick, there's technology has entered into the chiropractic world. You have at your fingertips a lot of new technology in terms of the treatments, because I've been in the office and watched you use it. But you also do all the traditional, get in their hands-on type stuff. Depends on the person, what they want, and what you think works best for them, right?
Yeah, so there's like confusion out there in the marketplace, in my opinion. Do you really care how we get it done? Or do you just want the results? Here's the beauty of it. When you function good, meaning you have all your full mobilities, everything's working good, your chances of injury are less, your chances of arthritis are less, your chances of being able to do more things, not only today, but when you're old and retired, much higher. And like, who doesn't want that? Everybody wants to have a full mobile retirement, because that's what you do when you retire, right? You do all the fun things that you want to be able to do. The sad part is, if you don't have your physical mobility, you won't be doing stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you want to get out and do stuff in your retirement, or take care of a nagging problem that's been bothering you for some time, you can learn more about iChiro Clinics on their website, iChiroClinics.com. Dr. Quast, thanks.
Thank you.